Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
We begin with breaking news. Health officials in North Dakota say a third person has now died from the coronavirus. Governor Doug Burgum said in his daily briefing that the man who died was in his 70s and from Morton County, had underlying health conditions and contracted COVID-19 from community spread. Governor Burgum said he spoke with White House coronavirus experts who stress that COVID-19 is different from traditional flu. Burgum says people need to realize it's especially lethal to the elderly. He says he's heard of large parties going on along the river between Bismarck and Mandan and people not following social distancing.
Out of respect for the people in the state that have the economic hardship, and out of respect for the over 20% of the people in our state who fall in the category of being vulnerable, that we would really want people to get educated, understand how serious this is, and continue to practice what we've been talking about.
So far, over 3,900 North Dakotans have been tested for COVID-19. Currently, 20 people have recovered. State health officials have confirmed 109 positive cases in North Dakota. And currently, there are 19 people who are now hospitalized. You can head over to our VNL News app to see the counties affected in North Dakota and Minnesota. You can also stay updated on schools and closings and a full list of online services for North Dakota residents. In Minnesota, the state is reporting a total of 576 positive cases, up from 503 just yesterday. Another person has died from the illness in Minnesota, bringing the state total to 10, and 56 people are in the hospital right now. Clay, Wilkin, Ottertail, Mahnomen, Beltrami, and Clearwater are just some of the counties reporting positive cases. Again, the number of positive COVID-19 cases in Minnesota has risen to 576. A total of 56 people have been hospitalized and 24 people are in the ICU. The state now has 10 deaths due to COVID-19. Over 18,000 people have been tested. Some Sanford patients are still on edge after learning 3 physical therapists at 2 Sanford locations have tested positive for COVID-19. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley talked with some of those former patients today and has our story.
For Tammy Bowers, it was just about a week ago when a routine appointment and CT scan brought her to Sanford.
You know that anytime you go anywhere, there's always a chance, especially, in a medical building.
Ann Bowers says when she learned of 3 physical therapists' recent COVID-19 diagnosis, it gave her an uneasy feeling.
The feeling was like, oh, crud, I was there.
Even though it was not the department she was in, Bowers says you never know how far it spread.
When do I worry, or when do I feel everything is just okay?
Many current PT patients tell me they're thankful they decided to cancel their appointments last week, saying they'll do their exercises at home until COVID-19 is finally over. And as a former nurse, Bowers says it's important people in the community do not cast blame on healthcare workers who test positive.
I feel kind of upset because it's not their fault. They're in the front lines.
Sanford says at least 2 of the physical therapists contracted the virus by community spread, which Bowers says is an important reminder for people now more than ever to continue to stay home and social distance.
That's just reality now. It's everywhere.
In Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Sanford says all physical therapists are now required to wear masks and adds, as of right now, the hospital is not low on any of the necessary protective supplies. Loving the weather today, and we should because it sounds like the temps may slide a little bit in the coming days. Let's find out from our First Alert Storm team what's happening this evening. Hutch?
All right, Andrea, just a beautiful Monday out there. Temperatures soaring to highs today that almost clipped the 70-degree mark in Mobridge, South Dakota. We're melting a lot of snow. Rivers are responding. More on that in a second. Look at the cooler pool of air up here near Grand Forks. Some pesky fog this morning in Fargo. Stuck around and lingered well into the afternoon for you in the Northern Valley along Highway 2. But you too are now starting to see some sunshine. Beautiful skies over at Fargo. Right now, your planner is showing temperatures slipping back into the 40s this evening. We'll have an increase in clouds overnight, and the wind will begin to pick up as well. Grand Forks will be right back down into the 30s, but we stay above freezing, so the melting does continue. Now, a little bit of thunder and lightning down in South Dakota. That's right, thunder and lightning. Well, that shower activity is moving in our general direction. We're going to talk about that. And Andrea, here in just a few minutes, we're going to talk about the impact of all this warm weather on our rivers. And we are watching a major storm system for later in the week. We'll have an update for you on that here in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Hutch. Police in Grand Forks are warning the community about fentanyl-laced Xanax after a man is found dead. Police say it happened this morning around 7:15 when crews responded to a medical assist call at a Grand Forks apartment. When officers arrived, they found a 24-year-old man dead in his apartment. Police recovered a pill that looked like Xanax, but later tested for fentanyl. Now Grand Forks police are warning anyone who has obtained Xanax pills from anywhere other than a pharmacy to not consume them. A 16-year-old is dead after being pinned under a pickup truck. Jamestown police took the call just before midnight last night. The call came in that a child was hit by a vehicle, and when they arrived on scene, authorities found a 16-year-old girl pinned under the pickup. They tried to help the girl, but then realized she wasn't breathing and didn't have a pulse. She was declared dead at the scene after they lifted the vehicle off of her. The release also indicated that another 16-year-old girl was driving the pickup at the time of the crash. At this point, no further details are being released, and that crash is under investigation. The Fargo Police Department is asking for the public's help in finding a missing woman. They say 32-year-old Marcy Treadwell is 5'5", 140 pounds, with blue eyes and brown hair. Her picture is right there on your screen. If you have any information on where she is, you're urged to call dispatch at this phone number, 451-7660. The term spring cleaning has a whole new meaning with COVID-19. People are itching to disinfect their homes, hoping to make them healthy and safer. Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard talked to a local cleaning company that's upping their game to stay ahead of the virus.
We feel like it's our duty as a cleaning company, and now more than ever because of this pandemic, cleaning companies can now kind of rise up and be at the forefront.
Jeffrey Skinner and Jim Tinney with Home Helper Services say they're the guards at the gates when it comes to cleaning homes in the valley.
Because it's hospital grade.
They're upping their products to kill the coronavirus in homes.
This just adds an extra layer of protection, so we're adding an extra step when we go through just to reassure that everybody's getting the best protection they can. We actually want to create their home to be like a sealed environment where they know as they come in and they disinfect their doorknobs, they go wash their hands, they're in a safe environment after we've been there.
The team has these in their cars, so they are to wipe down all their vacuums and all their supplies when they go in between houses.
I want to have you guys think about how many times you touch these things in your home. Drawers and remotes, to name a few. All of these places are considered hot spots. So before you get the urge to clean, Skinner and Tinney are stressing the importance of removing dirt before disinfecting.
The water is going to represent the surface, the pepper is going to represent the virus and the dirt in your home, and it's going to show just how much dirt and viruses hate soap. Ew, we're gross. Okay. Okay, and viruses, you see them in there, they're nasty. So here's the soap, just one little drop, and watch what the soap does to the viruses.
In West Fargo, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
Skinner says each cleaning service they provide lasts for 2 weeks for an entire family. The head of the World Health Organization is urging G20 countries to pull together to address a chronic shortage of personal protective equipment and medical supplies as the coronavirus continues to spread. Officials say that countries have now closed borders to stem the spread of the virus.
Spoke to trade ministers from the G20 countries about ways to address the chronic shortage of personal protective equipment and other essential medical supplies. We call on countries to work with companies to increase production, to ensure the free movement of essential health products.
Dr. Tedros stresses that unity is the world's only option to defeat the virus. Macy's department store is furloughing the majority of its employees starting this week due to the coronavirus pandemic. The retailer said the cost cuts are necessary as they have lost most of their sales, even as the store remains open online. Macy's has about 130,000 employees, excluding seasonal staff, as of February 2nd. All of the company's stores have been closed since March 18th due to COVID-19. Along with the furloughs, Macy's said that its CEO will not receive pay from April 1st until the coronavirus crisis is over. It is a huge undertaking, rescheduling the Olympics. Hear about the new date and what's being done to make it happen. Still ahead.
And we have temperatures that are awesome outside. Many of us 50 to 60 degrees. Your hour-by-hour forecast shows changes are right around the corner. Details next.